Think for a moment about the life that you live right now. Hold in your mind the images of all the things that you love. Your family, your home, your sweet dog or cat, your favorite sweatshirt. Now imagine all of that being ripped away from you. Imagine you're an asylum seeker who's fled atrocities that you can't articulate in a language that they understand. You had no time to learn while you were running and hiding and seeing mortality in your own reflection. Now you're a child navigating divorce. Seeing violent attitudes and violent arguments occur, you spend more time talking to psychiatrists, truancy officers, and investigators than teachers. The you that was once there just disappears. Imagine your First Nations youth with disabilities. You've been thrown and discarded into an abusive detention center because the world isn't made for you. It's not that no one hears you crying, but because imprisonment is the default, everyone else is too. You're terrified. You're losing your agency. You've lost faith that things will work out. Not just days, not weeks, years of your life robbed from you, slipping away and no one hears you. No resources, no support, just silence. That silence, that powerlessness is a brutal reality for millions of people across the world. But it is also the reason and exactly what Justice for Change exists to break. Putting Relativity One into the hands of those fighting on the front lines of justice, making it more accessible to all is not just a commitment, it's our responsibility to provide these tools to individuals that are providing support to the most vulnerable among us, like the people whose stories you just heard. Where are my manners? Oh my gosh. Everyone, I'm Johnathan Hill. I currently serve as Relativity's community engagement lead, but I'm also credited randomly within the founder of Relativity's Justice for Change program. It is a program spearheaded by a very scrappy team who took an idea and transformed it into reality. This program has touched many, many lives, and I'm proud to stand here tonight on the shoulders of every single person who's made this critical work possible, and to celebrate 5 years of Justice for Change. Over the past 5 years, we've supported over 250 matters. We've helped organizations digitize more than 500,000 documents and review over 20 million. We've donated to some super meaningful causes, and we've expanded very thoughtfully into places like Canada, Europe, and Asia. We further cemented Relativity One into the fabric that makes pro bono work together through investments in nonprofit competencies and fluencies. The Access to Justice CLE, shout out David Horgan. The new nonprofit competency for partners, thank you for those who've already gotten theirs, and if you are on that journey, get it done. But most importantly, what I'm super proud to be invited here to talk to you about is that we also have this new award, the Access to Justice Award. After all, pro bono work is the most altruistic form of our mission. Discover the truth. Relativity One's speed and clarity in critical moments is something that people rely on. But most importantly, it's people that are at the center of this work. The pro bono committees who reinforce justice as a priority, the case managers who witness atrocities day after day but never stop fighting for their clients, the nonprofits who tirelessly advocate for everyone without a voice, the partner volunteers, the project managers, many of you that I know here. You're providing expertise and training and keeping everything running smoothly, I think. The pro bono lawyers who live this belief that everyone has the right to adequate representation. But I'll be honest, the most important group, the end clients. That's who all of this is for. Like the DC gang database case, in collaboration with EPIC, Justice for Change supported the Washington Lawyers Committee for Civil Rights Investigation into a database that targeted, labeled, and criminalized people based on race and zip code. I don't know about you, but that's effed up. Their report drew attention and caused an uproar of public scrutiny, which led to a reduction in the database's size by nearly 50%. A powerful example of how tech-enabled transparency and reform can dismantle bias systems. But we're not done yet. Where's CDS? In another case, CDS helped Justice for Change partners, the Innocence Project and the Hawaii Innocence Project, exonerate Ian Schweitzer, who was wrongfully incarcerated for over 23 years until these organizations stepped up to fight alongside him. Now, that support is not unique. Many of you are doing that right now. But we also then supported the successful representation of Ian's brother, demonstrating the enduring power of pro bono and technology to quite literally save lives and bring families back together. Justice for Change has helped people facing eviction stay in their homes. We've helped parents of children with medically complex conditions fight for the services that they need. We've given immigrant farmers who've been sexually assaulted and intimidated into silence a voice to eradicate these cycles of abuse, to demand better for their communities, and to stop it from happening again. Because these cases aren't just data or documents in Relativity 1, they're real stories of real people who were shouted by forces oftentimes outside of their control. So I just want to introduce you to two. This is Ian Schweitzer, who I just mentioned 2 years ago was exonerated after spending 23 years in prison for allegedly taking the life of Dana Ireland. I also want to introduce you to James Gibson, who was tortured by Chicago police and wrongfully convicted, spending nearly 30 years behind bars for a crime that he did not commit. Unfortunately, it was under a system that manufactures false confessions. My colleague, Jacqueline Sattler, where you at? It's my co-pilot right there. We've had the privilege of meeting James at the Innocence Network, and he was joyful. He was optimistic. He was dope. But most importantly, he was so grateful for every second that he had. And it was in that moment I felt compelled to thank him for showing us that these stories are still happening every single day, that they're worth telling. Because the majority of people's real, grueling struggles disappear into an inbox or an intake bank and are not processed oftentimes for years. Further cementing my biggest lesson, leading this work, people, I can say this clearly, there's no shortage of injustices. There's a community shortage of mavericks willing to fight. Bayard Rustin, organizer of the March on Washington, once said that we need every community to have a group of angelic troublemakers, and that resonates with me. This principle emphasizes that every person is responsible for challenging injustice and contributing to the work to change what's happening around us, in ways both big and small. It is only through our collective action that a truly equitable world is possible. And remember this, nobody's free until we're all free. It brings me so much fulfillment to thank all of you for this work. I'm gonna just do it. I'm gonna just let the tears flow. See, that's a team right there. For the first time this year, we are honoring these change makers with a new award, the Best Innovator Access to Justice Award, and it is a culmination of these monumental efforts. It's the community that we've made. And I'm really proud that we have 3 finalists who made this possible. Proof that wielding this power for those who have none changes lives. They're on the front lines of justice. They're creating a powerhouse for justice with tech on their side. So I'm really happy and excited that I get to introduce to you 3 good friends of mine. Give me a second. My goodness. Beth, Phil, I expect a bonus for crying in front of this audience. Just saying. Our first finalist is my friend Pooja Lawani from Lighthouse. Pooja leads pro bono work at Lighthouse, and I've gotten to work with her over the past 3 years, and trust me, she will light up a room. But I've seen how Pooja always shows up for the people who need her, whether it's pro bono recipients or associates who are leaning on her expertise in supporting a number of these pro bono cases. Pooja is dedicated to advancing justice for all marginalized people, bringing legal tech expertise to the front lines of civil rights and wrongful conviction cases. James Gibson. Her work not only delivers life-changing outcomes and much-needed hope for attorneys overburdened with data, but it inspires a culture of pride and purpose. Our next finalist, Virginia Duke-Ring from Kilpatrick Townsend in Stockton. Backed by the amazing Kilpatrick eDiscovery team, Virginia is narrowing the justice gap by giving underrepresented clients access to the same sophisticated technology as most well-resourced litigants. When you talk to the team, pro bono's personal. They've built dynamic frameworks that move the needle in the Texas death penalty habeas corpus case. They've led large-scale collaboration with organizations like the National Health Justice Program. Virginia and the Kilpatrick team truly are breaking down barriers, elevating the standard for public interest, and making justice more accessible for all. And finally, but not last, Melissa Weberman from Arnold and Porter. Now, and if you do not know Melissa, she's a force. Her fearless vision and determination empowers attorneys and lets support beyond the traditional means of litigation. Her work is rooted in high-impact litigation that advances civil rights, voting access, prison reform, and reproductive justice, often partnering with leading advocacy organizations to challenge systemic injustices. Melissa not only utilizes Justice for Change to expand the reach of technology and visibility for attorneys, she's securing landmark victories for her clients and demonstrates how transformative technology can be in the fight for justice. And so that I can get off this stage sooner, I'm so excited to open this envelope, but most importantly, I'm so excited that you got to meet these 3 exceptional finalists. It's time to announce this year's, our first Access to Justice winner. Make sure I'm not at the Grammys. Got it. Melissa Weberman.
Thank you so much. And sorry, I think I've celebrated our innovation a little too hard over the past couple of days, but I am so proud of this. Thank you so much. You know, seeing how when innovation aligns with purpose, the things that can happen, it's really just become a passion of mine, and I'm so proud of the work that we're doing at my firm. Thank you so much to Johnathan Hill. Thank you so much to Justice for Change, and thank you to Relativity. Your partnership and doing this work alongside of you has been really a pleasure, and I'm really, really proud of the work that we're doing. Thank you so much.